BYD have just revealed, guys, why the Toyota RAV4 is old technology and really doesn't make sense to buy one. BYD is saying that their plug-in hybrids, that their vehicles have a much better, more advanced technology than Toyota's hybrids. But really, I think they don't understand why so many people, probably going to see about 1 million sales this year, or last year, I should say, for the Toyota RAV4. And the question is, why would you buy a RAV4 when you don't have to, when there's a much better option? Now, if you're a fan of the Toyota RAV4, stick with me here because I think you'll realize once I outline the differences that you're wasting an enormous amount of money. Buying a Toyota RAV4 is costing you a huge amount of money. You don't have to do this. I mean, there is no one forcing you to give your money away to fossil fuel companies. And that's what you're doing when you buy a Toyota. I really don't understand it. Why people would say, why Australians in particular, people here complain constantly about the cost of living. They say life is too hard, staples are too expensive, fuel cost is expensive. Then they go and buy a Toyota RAV4. It doesn't make any sense at all. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. BYD's, their head, basically the CEO of their export business here in Australia, has responded to a question that was really saying, how do you guys compare yourselves to Toyota? Now, BYD says it has a better SUV than the Toyota RAV4, and they're 100% right, especially when it comes to people being able to save money. BYD's local distributor said that the thing is, it's a fantastic car, and I'm happy to go on record, it's a far better car than the Toyota RAV4. Now, Luke Todd was referring to BYD's Sea Lion 6, which is their mid-sized SUV. It's sort of a similar size to a Tesla Model Y, a bit smaller on the inside. But anyhow, you can get one of these for around about 27,000 US dollars, around about 43,000 Australian dollars. Here's what BYD said. The RAV4 is a regurgitation of 10 to 15-year-old technology just with a new wrapper. BYD's Sea Lion 6 technology is advanced technology now. We're very happy to be compared. What I encourage people that are looking at a Toyota RAV4 is go and test drive the Sea Lion 6, test drive the RAV4 and make your own decision. I think the first thing you got to find when you test drive a Toyota RAV4 is you cannot buy one of these so-called hybrid, so-called EVs, and Toyota calls them electrified vehicles. You can't drive them on electric power alone ever. Sometimes they'll start accelerating using electric power alone, but you don't have any choice in that. The actual fuel use is 5 liters per 100 kilometers, right? So you're looking at about a bit more than 1 gallon of fuel for every 60 miles of use. You cannot save money here. I mean, yeah, you're going to be using a bit less fuel than other SUVs. There's plenty of SUVs out there that use 20% more fuel than this, even other hybrids from other brands where you get similar fuel economy. But here's the thing. In the United States and Australia and Europe now, there is millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people who have solar panels on their roofs. Those people, most of the time, are not using all the solar power they're generating. What they can do is plug in to their plug-in hybrid vehicles or their EVs and then drive them completely on electric power alone. Now, keep in mind, most people only drive around 50 kilometers a day, around 30 miles a day. And plug-in hybrids, most of them now can do that easily. In fact, for example, the Sea Lion 6, I think it has about 85 to 90 kilometers of electric-only range. So 95% of the time, you can simply use free electricity from your roof, or you can plug in your battery when electricity is super cheap. I mean, a lot of electricity suppliers around the world will offer you incredibly cheap electricity rates between 12 to about 5 a.m. You might be able to charge during those hours for maybe like 20, 30 cents, less than $1. With a Toyota, you can't do that. You literally have to pay for fuel all the time. You have no choice. You can never drive in your car and go, hey, this is really nice. I'm driving for free. I'm saving myself money. I'm saving myself thousands of dollars in fuel bills. Yeah, here's the thing. People think because it's a hybrid, you're going to save money, but the savings is not as much as you think. I mean, nearly 6 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. So, well over a gallon, right, per 60 miles of driving means that's still a lot of money. That's still thousands and thousands of dollars a year, particularly if you drive a lot. So I don't really understand why people would buy a Toyota RAV4 because it just doesn't have anything compelling that the plug-in hybrids or that BYD themselves don't have. So I totally agree with BYD here, but I don't agree with BYD on one point, and that is this. The RAV4 is a regurgitation of 15 to 10-year-old technology. It's actually even older than that. I think the RAV4 is simply a regurgitation of 20-year-old technology. The Toyota Prius has been around for 20 years, and really the RAV4 is just a different version of a Toyota Prius in terms of technology. It's basically very, very similar. So they're being generous by saying 10 to 15-year-old technology. It's really 20-year-old technology that's been slightly changed, but not much. It's pretty similar. So the specs for BYD's C-Line 6 is this, right? 160 kilowatt and 300 newton meters of torque, 1.5 litre four-cylinder plug-in hybrid with 92 kilometers of electric-only range, NEDC. So probably in the real world, about 70 kilometers of electric-only range. Fuel economy is 1.1 litre per 100, but fuel economy is 0 if you drive at less than 70 kilometers a day, right? You could drive more than 70 kilometers a day and still pay 0. For example, let's say you had to drive to take your kids to school or to take your partner somewhere in the morning, come home, plug into your solar, go back out, drive again in the evening when you've recharged your battery. You can do that. I charge my car nearly every day, top up a little bit after I've used it every day. So really you can save huge amounts of money. But if you don't do that, 1.1 litres per 100 kilometers. So the C-Line 6 is the same price as a Toyota RAV4. Why would you actually make yourself pay money to petrol stations? You don't have to. I don't understand it. Now, the other point that I have to make, though, is this. It's not really true, BYD saying that then this plug-in hybrid is the state-of-the-art technology. It's not. There is slightly better technology in China. Even BYD have better technology. For example, today, BYD have just revealed within the last few hours their new plug-in hybrid, the BYD Seal 05 DMI, with 2,000 kilometers of CLTC range. So WLTP range would be about 1,500 kilometers. So this is BYD's new plug-in hybrid technology. It's even better than the Seal 06, and it's more efficient. It gets a little bit more range. To be honest, the difference is not huge. It's pretty small. So where does this leave us? Well, if you still think that your Toyota is great, well, maybe you should email Toyota and ask them this. Why will Toyota move to BYD's plug-in hybrid technology next year? If their hybrids are so good, and even if the plug-in hybrid Toyotas that you can buy in the United States, which are not available in Australia, even if those are so good, why are Toyota saying, yeah, no, we're going to use BYD's plug-in hybrids by the end of next year, by the end of 2026, we're going to be using them, right? See what I mean? Toyota are clearly pretty far behind. If they're saying we are going to be using BYD's existing plug-in hybrid technology from today by the end of next year. By the end of next year, all BYDs will have the new 5.0 plug-in hybrid system that Toyota won't be using. Toyota will be using the 4.0 system. So the goalposts are moving. Right now, BYD's vehicles are clearly much more fuel efficient. Well, the difference is staggering in comparison to a Toyota. But within another year's time, they'll be even better again. And then they'll get better and better. And yeah, you know what? By the end of next year, you'll be able to you'll probably be able to buy a RAV4 with proper hybrid technology, proper plug-in hybrid technology. But that won't be because Toyota is making it. That will be because Toyota will be sourcing it from BYD.